Welcome to Emma's English.
Hey English learners, welcome back to Emma's English Talk, your cozy little place to learn real everyday English through natural conversations. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tom.
How are you doing today, Tom?
I am doing really well, Emma. Thank you for asking.
That is wonderful to hear.
Yes, I am having a very relaxed morning.
I am glad to hear that because today we are talking about something that is a big part of our mornings.
Oh, really? What is that?
We're talking about our morning coffee and tea cups, and specifically, our favorite mugs.
Our favorite mugs? Wow, that is a very specific topic.
It is, but I think almost everyone has one.
You are probably right, because I definitely have one.
I knew it. What does your favorite mug look like?
It is a large ceramic mug, and it is dark green.
Dark green. That sounds very nice and calming.
It is, and it holds a lot of coffee, which is the most important thing for me.
That is very true. A morning mug must hold enough coffee.
What about you, Emma? Do you have a favorite mug?
Oh, absolutely. I have my go-to mug that I use every single day.
Wait, you said go-to mug. What does go-to mean in this context?
That is a great question. When we say something is our go-to, we mean it is our favorite or standard choice that we always pick because it is reliable and we trust it.
Ah, so your go-to mug is your favorite mug that you always use.
Exactly. Whenever I want a hot drink, that is the one I reach for first.
That makes sense. What does your go-to mug look like?
It is a white ceramic mug with little yellow flowers painted on it.
That sounds beautiful and very cheerful.
It is. It makes me feel happy just looking at it in the morning.
I think that is why we get so attached to these objects.
Yes, they are not just cups. They are part of our morning ritual.
Exactly. Holding a warm mug is very comforting.
But there is a small problem that happens to all of us.
What is that?
It is when you wake up, you are ready for your coffee, and you look in the cupboard, but your favorite mug is not there.
Oh no, that is a terrible feeling.
Yes, and then you look in the kitchen sink.
And there it is, sitting at the bottom of the sink, completely dirty.
Yes, it is covered in coffee stains from the day before.
That is a true morning disaster.
It really is, and that is what we are going to talk about today.
I am ready to talk about this because it happens to me all the time.
Me too, so let us dive deeper into this daily struggle.
So Emma, what do you do when you see your favorite mug is dirty in the sink?
Well, it depends on how tired I am.
That is very true. The morning energy is very important.
Yes, sometimes in the morning, I see my favorite mug is in the sink, and it is dirty, but I can't be bothered to wash it right then.
I know that feeling so well, but let us explain that phrase to our friends listening. When you say you can't be bothered to do something, what does that mean?
It means you feel too lazy or too tired to do something, so you decide not to do it because it takes too much effort.
Yes, you just do not have the energy for it.
Exactly. In the morning, before I have my coffee, I have zero energy.
So if you can't be bothered to wash your favorite mug, what do you do instead?
Well, I have to make do with a different cup, even though it does not feel the same.
Oh, make do. That is another great phrase. What does make do mean?
It means to manage or survive with something that is not perfect or not what you really want because you do not have another choice.
Right. So you use a second best option and just accept it?
Exactly. I have to make do with a small glass cup or a boring plain mug.
How does it feel to drink your morning coffee from a different cup?
Honestly, it does not taste as good.
Really? Do you think the cup actually changes the taste of the coffee?
Maybe not the actual taste, but the experience is completely different.
I agree with you. The weight of the mug and the shape of the handle change how we feel.
Yes, my go-to mug has a very wide handle, so I can fit all my fingers inside it.
That is very comfortable.
It is, but my backup mugs have very small handles, and I can only fit 2 fingers.
That is the worst. It feels so unstable.
It does, and I am always worried I will drop it.
Also, some mugs are too thin, so they get too hot to hold.
Yes, and other mugs are too thick, so the coffee cools down too quickly.
It is amazing how much science goes into choosing a favorite mug.
It really is. We are very picky about our hot drinks.
I think we also like the size of our favorite mug because we know exactly how much milk to put in.
That is a very good point, Tom. When I use my favorite mug, I know the exact color my coffee should be.
Yes, you know the perfect ratio of coffee to milk just by looking at it.
Exactly. But if I use a different mug, the shape is different, so I always put too much milk or too little coffee.
And then your whole morning starts with a bad cup of coffee.
Yes, it ruins the flow of the morning.
Do you have many backup mugs in your kitchen?
I have a lot of mugs, probably too many.
Why do we keep so many mugs if we only use one or two?
That is a great mystery. I think people love buying mugs as souvenirs.
That is true. Whenever I travel, I see beautiful mugs in gift shops.
And you think, oh, I must buy this to remember my trip.
Yes, but then you bring it home, put it in the cupboard, and never use it.
Because it's not your go-to mug.
Exactly. It just sits there taking up space.
But you cannot throw it away because you bought it on vacation.
So it stays in the back of the cupboard forever.
My cupboard is full of those mugs.
Mine too. I have mugs from museums, mugs from national parks, and mugs with funny jokes on them.
Do you ever use the mugs with funny jokes?
Almost never, because the jokes are only funny the first time you read them.
That is so true. After that, they're just boring.
And some of them have strange shapes that make them hard to wash.
Oh yes, like mugs shaped like animal heads.
Yes, those are impossible to clean inside.
You cannot reach the bottom of the mug with a sponge.
So they are very impractical.
Absolutely, a good mug must be easy to clean.
But even if it's easy to clean, we still don't want to clean it in the morning.
No, morning is for resting, not for doing dishes.
I agree. Doing dishes is a chore for the evening.
Yes, but if you don't do them in the evening, you pay the price in the morning.
That is the lesson I learn every single day.
We never learn, do we?
No, we just repeat the same mistake.
It's a vicious cycle.
It really is.
But let us talk about what happens when you share a house with other people.
Oh, that introduces a whole new set of problems.
It certainly does, because they might not know which mug is yours.
Or worse, they know it's yours, but they use it anyway.
That is a very dangerous situation.
It can start a household war.
It definitely can, and I have some strong opinions about this.
I want to hear all about it.
Let us talk about that next.
So, Emma, have you ever lived with someone who used your favorite mug?
Yes, I used to have a roommate who did that all the time.
Oh no, how did you handle that?
It was very difficult because I did not want to be rude, but it was so annoying.
That brings us to another interesting point about sharing things. In my house, if someone else uses my favorite mug, it is my biggest pet peeve.
Oh, a pet peeve. Let us explain that to our listeners. A pet peeve is a small, specific thing that really annoys or bothers you personally, right?
Yes, it is a minor thing that makes you feel very frustrated, even if it is not a big deal to other people.
Yes, like when people chew loudly or do not close doors.
Exactly. And for me, someone using my mug is definitely a pet peeve.
I understand that completely. It feels like an invasion of privacy.
It does, because your mug is very personal.
Yes, it touches your mouth and you hold it every day.
It is almost like a toothbrush.
Well, maybe not that personal, but close.
Okay, maybe a little less personal than a toothbrush, but still very private.
Yes, so when my roommate used my mug, I felt very uncomfortable.
Did you say anything to them?
I did. I said, "Excuse me, but that is my favorite mug. Could you please use a different one?"
That was very brave of you, Emma.
Thank you. I was very nervous, but I had to do it.
How did they react?
They were very nice about it. They said they were sorry and they did not know.
That is good. At least they were understanding.
Yes, but then the next day, they did it again.
No way. That is unbelievable.
I know. They said they just forgot because they were sleepy.
That is the classic excuse.
It is. So after that, I started hiding my mug in my bedroom.
You hid your mug in your bedroom? That is hilarious.
I had to. It was the only way to keep it safe.
That is extreme mug protection.
It was, but it worked, and I always had my mug ready in the morning.
I had a similar experience with a giant green mug that my friend gave me.
The green one you mentioned earlier?
Yes, but at first, I actually did not like it.
Really? Why not?
It was just so big and heavy, and the color was a bit strange.
But now it's your favorite.
Yes, because over time, it started to grow on me.
Ah, it started to grow on you. Let us explain that phrase. When something grows on you, it means you start to like it more and more as time passes, even if you did not like it at first.
Exactly. At first, I thought it was ugly, but after using it a few times, I realized how comfortable it was.
And now you cannot live without it.
Yes, now it is my ultimate favorite.
That is beautiful. Sometimes the best things are the ones that grow on us.
I agree. They have a special charm.
I think many people have a strong attachment to their mugs because they have sentimental value.
That is a wonderful phrase. Sentimental value means something is important to us because of the memories and personal feelings connected to it, not because it's expensive, right?
Yes, exactly. It has emotional value.
For example, my green mug was a gift from my best friend before he moved to another country.
Oh, that is very sweet. So every time you drink coffee, you think of him.
Yes, I do. It makes me feel connected to him, even though he is far away.
That's why it's so special. A dirty mug is not just dirty, it's a reminder of a friend that you cannot use today.
Exactly. It's a emotional connection.
My flower mug was bought on a very happy trip to a small beach town.
So it reminds you of sunny days and holidays.
Yes, it does. Especially on cold, rainy winter mornings.
That is a perfect example of sentimental value.
So when it's dirty, I feel like a little bit of that happiness is missing from my morning.
We really are very sensitive about our cups.
We are, but I think it's nice to find joy in small things.
I agree. Life is made of small moments, and a good cup of coffee in a favorite mug is one of the best.
It truly is, and it's worth talking about.
Yes, it is a very relatable struggle.
I'm glad we agree on this.
Me too, Emma.
Thinking about our funny habits with coffee cups and mugs actually reminds me of how we express our daily feelings in English.
You are right. We use some really natural phrases in our conversation today that our listeners can use in their own lives.
Yes, and I think it would be really helpful to look at how we can use these expressions to sound more natural when we speak.
That is a great idea. Let us talk about how we can use them in different situations.
For example, we talked about our go-to mug.
Yes, go-to is such a useful word because you can use it for almost anything, not just mugs.
Definitely. You can have a go-to restaurant, which is your favorite place to eat when you cannot decide.
Or a go-to song when you want to feel happy.
Yes, or even a go-to outfit when you want to look good, but do not have time to think.
That is very common. My go-to outfit is just a black t-shirt and jeans.
It is simple and it always works.
Exactly, it's reliable.
We also talked about when we can't be bothered to do something.
This is a very common phrase in British and Australian English, but speakers all over the world understand it.
Yes, and it is perfect for when you feel lazy.
You can say, I can't be bothered to cook dinner tonight. Let us order pizza.
Or, I can't be bothered to do my homework right now. I will do it tomorrow.
We all feel that way sometimes.
Yes, it is a very honest and natural way to express laziness.
And then we have the phrase make do.
This is very useful when things do not go as planned.
Right, like if you go camping and you forget your spoon, you have to make do with a fork.
Or if your car is broken, you have to make do with the bus for a few days.
It shows that you're flexible and can handle difficult situations.
Yes, it is a very positive and practical phrase.
Next was pet peeve, which is perfect for complaining.
Yes, we all have pet peeves, and sharing them is a great way to start a conversation.
My other pet peeve is when people leave empty milk cartons in the fridge.
Oh, that is terrible. You think there is milk, but it's empty.
Yes, it is so disappointing.
What about things that grow on you?
This is great for talking about music, food, or even cities.
Yes, like when you first move to a new city, you might not like it, but then it starts to grow on you.
Or a new song on the radio that you think is annoying at first, but after hearing it 5 times, you love it.
That happens to me all the time with pop music.
Me too, they are designed to grow on us.
And finally, sentimental value.
This is a very elegant phrase to explain why we keep old things.
Yes. If someone asks you why you keep an old broken watch, you can say it has no money value, but it has great sentimental value because it belonged to my grandfather.
It is a very polite and clear way to explain your feelings.
I think our listeners will find these phrases very useful for their everyday English.
I agree, they are very natural and easy to use.
Speaking of practicing and remembering these new phrases, did you know we have a complete PDF script available for this episode?
Oh, that is fantastic. Where can our listeners find it?
There is a link in the description of this video, and we also pinned it in the comment section below.
That is so convenient, so they can download it for free and read along while they listen.
Yes, it is perfect for studying, looking up vocabulary, or even practicing shadowing.
Shadowing is a great way to improve pronunciation and speaking flow.
It really is, and having the written script makes it so much easier.
So everyone should definitely go and download that right now.
Yes, and while you are there, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button.
It really helps us to make more videos for you.
Yes, we appreciate your support so much.
Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed.
You guys are the best.
We really mean it.
That is a great resource, Tom. And speaking of reviewing, before we say goodbye today, let us do a quick recap of the 6 key expressions we used.
Yes, let us do a quick tour of our words today.
Our first word was go-to, which means your favorite or standard choice that you always pick because it is reliable.
Like your go-to mug or your go-to restaurant.
Exactly. Second was can't be bothered, which means to feel too lazy or tired to do something.
Like when you can't be bothered to wash the dishes in the morning.
Yes, we know that feeling well. Third was make do, which means to manage or survive with something that is not perfect because you have no other choice.
Like making do with a small backup cup when your favorite was dirty.
Yes, and fourth was pet peeve, which is a small, specific thing that really annoys or bothers you personally.
Like someone using your favorite mug without asking.
Exactly. That is a classic pet peeve. Fifth was grow on someone, which means to start to like something or someone more and more over time.
Like a giant green mug that seemed ugly at first, but became your favorite.
Yes, it grew on you. And finally, sixth was sentimental value, which is the emotional importance of an object because of memories or personal connections.
Like a mug that was a gift from a friend or bought on a special trip.
That is our complete list for today, and I hope these explanations were helpful.
I am sure they were, and now we want to hear from our lovely listeners.
Yes, we have a question for you today.
What is your favorite mug like, and do you get upset when it is dirty in the sink?
Or do you have any funny stories about roommates using your mugs?
Please let us know in the comments below.
We really want to read your answers and chat with you.
Thank you so much for listening to us today.
Yes, thank you for studying with Emma's English Talk.
Have a wonderful day and enjoy your next cup of coffee or tea.
And goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.